How to use Vedic technology to radically expand intelligence beyond genius. A sacred transmission on unlocking vast inner intelligence through the ancient science of inner light, subtle sound, and conscious stillness. Opening transmission. What if genius was not the peak, but the doorway? What if intelligence was not fixed, but fluid, a flowing current of consciousness that could be cultivated, awakened, expanded, beyond what even the most brilliant human minds have imagined? This is not fantasy. It is the secret truth of the rishis. In the silent sciences of ancient India, intelligence was never measured in numbers or memorized facts. It was known as prajna, a direct radiance of the soul's clarity, a living force that grows through right practice, right posture, and right perception. In this sacred transmission, we enter the real path of how to awaken and radically expand intelligence beyond genius, using the inner technologies of the Vedas. Let us begin. 1. Intelligence is not fixed, it's frequency-based. Modern science still clings to the illusion of static intelligence, measured in IQ, tests, and linear performance. But Vedic knowledge reveals something far more subtle and true. Your intelligence is a vibratory field. It contracts when you're overwhelmed or disordered. It expands when you are deeply still, subtly aligned, and inwardly coherent. The Upanishads say, "That which is subtle is the source of all power." To radically enhance intelligence, we must learn to shift frequency, from scattered noise to coherent flow, from outward seeking to inward seeing. This is the first key. Real intelligence emerges when the nervous system becomes transparent, the breath becomes quiet, and the mind becomes still enough to listen from within. In that space, the field of infinite knowing begins to stir. 2. The Vedic model of superconscious mind. In the West, we speak of subconscious, conscious, and unconscious. But in the Vedic map, we explore 4 states of awareness, each with increasing access to inner intelligence. 1. Jagrat, waking mind, surface thoughts, sensory engagement. 2. Swapna, dream mind, imagination, subtle memory layers. 3. Sushupti, deep sleep, formless rest, void-like awareness. 4. Turiya, transcendental consciousness, the ever-awake witness. Turiya is not a state you pass through. It is the field beneath all other states, and when stabilized through subtle inner practice, it grants direct access to insight, clarity, and superintelligence beyond all logic. What we call genius is merely a partial awakening of Turiya through accidental flow or gifted wiring. But the rishis didn't rely on accident. They cultivated it on purpose, through mantra, through breath, through gaze, through deep stillness. 3. The intelligence network of the subtle body. Your brain is not the seat of your highest intelligence. It is only a processor, a converter, a translator. The source of intelligence is subtle, energetic, luminous. In the Vedic view, your subtle body contains channels of light. These are not metaphorical, but actual energetic lines of transmission. They are the nadis, conductors of prana and perception. Most importantly, there are 3 central channels that govern intelligence expansion. The central channel, Sushumna, the path of pure stillness and direct knowing. The solar channel, Pingala, active, logical, fiery cognition. The lunar channel, Ida, intuitive, creative, visionary perception. When these 3 become balanced and the Sushumna becomes dominant, you gain access to a kind of meta-intelligence, not just smartness, but original insight, instantaneous synthesis, creative download, and prophetic cognition. It is not about remembering more, it's about receiving directly from the field of pure knowing. 4. The 4 pillars of Vedic intelligence expansion. To awaken this field of inner genius, the ancient teachings offer 4 master practices. Each one recalibrates your subtle body, upgrades your perception, and ignites dormant circuits of knowing. Let us walk through them now. Trataka, still gaze on a flame or sacred point. When you train the eyes to stop darting, the mind stops flickering. A single-pointed gaze into a flame, or even your own reflection in a mirror, quiets the surface chaos. As you continue, deep patterns of insight begin to rise. This awakens the Ajna center, the gateway to visionary intelligence. Practice tip: sit with a candle or mirror 18 inches away in a dark room. Gaze steadily without blinking for 2 to 5 minutes. Then close eyes and observe the afterimage internally. Subtle mantra, japa in silence. Repetition of a bija or subtle vibratory mantra aligns your system to coherent frequencies. The right mantra bypasses surface thought and plugs your awareness into the cosmic current. Over time, the brainwave patterns shift into alpha and theta, opening intuitive and integrative intelligence. Recommended mantra: a soft internal repetition of aim or shreem. These open intuitive pathways and creative cognition. Chant internally for 15 minutes daily in still posture. See Kumbhaka, retention after the breath. Breath retention after exhale suspends the mind's habitual loops. In that pause, a doorway opens. This is where you glimpse pure presence without interruption. As you practice, you begin to sense intelligence emerging from stillness itself. Practice tip: inhale 4 counts, exhale 6 counts, hold empty for 4 counts. Begin with 5 to 7 rounds. Deep meditative silence, no technique. After the above practices, let everything drop. Just be, not trying to understand, not searching for insight, just resting as awareness itself. This is where intelligence unfolds itself. The rishis didn't invent wisdom. They became quiet enough to hear it. 5. Nutrition for the brain, prana for the mind. Vedic intelligence expansion was never isolated to practice alone. The body and brain were also nourished correctly, not with stimulation but with clarity. Key nutrients for the subtle brain: ghee nourishes nerve tissue, improves absorption. Brahmi, Godu Kola, increases mental clarity, memory, and spiritual perception. Ashwagandha balances the stress system, allowing deeper focus. Shank Pushpi, traditional herb for enhanced cognition and calm. Additionally, fasting was used not to deprive, but to clear. When digestion rests, the pranic system awakens, and intelligence becomes sharp, not from coffee, but from clarity. 6. The role of stillness in genius-level insight. All genius has one origin, a moment of deep stillness where a new connection appears seemingly out of nowhere. Einstein reported receiving answers in dreamlike states. Nikola Tesla claimed to see inventions in full form before building them. Ramanujan said his mathematical visions were revealed by a goddess in meditation. These were not hallucinations. They were transmissions received by individuals who unknowingly activated Vedic inner technology. When the breath becomes silent, the eyes inward, the mind still, and the awareness anchored in the heart center, that is when the light of superintelligence turns on. 7. A daily practice to begin now. Here is a simple yet potent 15-20 minute Vedic technology-based practice to radically begin awakening your inner genius. Step 1. Trataka, 2 minutes of still gazing at a flame. Step 2. Silent japa, 108 internal repetitions of aim or shreem. Step 3. Breath retention, 5 rounds of 4-6-4 rhythm. Step 4. Deep inner stillness. Sit quietly, eyes closed, no effort for 10 minutes. Optional: take Brahmi tea or ghee before practice if possible. Repeat daily for 21 days. Observe how your mind begins to change shape. 8. Final truth. You are intelligence itself. True intelligence is not something you collect. It is something you clear the dust from. You are not trying to become smarter, You are dissolving the inner noise that hides the natural radiance of your being. When your breath slows, when your posture steadies, when your thoughts become transparent, you realize that what we call genius is merely a tiny glimmer of the infinite intelligence you already are. Mystical reflection. You are not here to compete with minds. You are here to remember the light before the mind was born, a light that knows without thinking, a clarity that reveals without searching. This is the true Vedic path to genius, not achievement, but alignment, not memorization, but realization. You are the intelligence you seek. Let the silence inside you speak. If this sacred teaching spoke to your inner knowing, please consider subscribing to this channel. But even more, if you wish to help bring these transmissions to those around the world who are quietly seeking, you can also become a supporting member. Your presence helps spread the real light of wisdom to the ones who don't yet know how to find it. Thank you for being part of this awakening. Next episode preview. In our next sacred offering, we'll explore the secret link between breath and instant memory recall. A detailed look into how shifting the breath rhythm can unlock photographic memory, rapid learning, and crystalline mental clarity. It is not just theory, it's the inner key to remembering who you truly are.